Brad Pitt is no doubt an astounding actor. His performances on screen have led him to be a sensational public figure. Interestingly, it makes his parallel, Jack Conrad, who is inspired by many silent era actors, feel more like a counterpart. It makes the character feel less fictional, and a character most film stars could relate to. Thus, the director made a great decision by casting Brad Pitt. Jack Conrad is the quintessential hero of the film industry. The success of a film is dependent significantly on his presence. Jack, like all film stars, could be a headache at times. However, people respected him. Why is that? I believe there are two types of actors. One who's great at the art form and one who's simply idolized. A great actor's abilities are a result of his or her theoretical study of the art, plus the practicing of it. It could also be a natural talent. Either way, the individual is required to deliver a captivating performance. On the other hand, the idolized actor needs only to be present. It does not matter what the actor does on screen, as long as it is them doing it. Jack Conrad is one of them. Jack does not blatantly obstruct the progress of production. Rather, he obstructs it through his desire to bring about change. Conrad appreciated George not for what he brings as a producer, but for his genuineness. If we look at Jack's life, we realize how it's populated with phonies and people who don't believe in his abilities, such as his wife.
What I do means something to millions of people. My folks didn't have the money or the education to go to the theater, so they went to the vaudeville houses and then the Nickelodeons, and you know what? There's beauty there. What happens up on that screen means something. Maybe not to you in your ivory tower, but for real people on the ground, it means something.
Unlike everyone else, George paid Jack compliments about his performances, not about him being a star. It was probably the first time since his success that anyone had realized his worth, unlike many who considered his art illogical. Conrad did not feel the need to rationalize his characters and stories, as he felt he had inspired countless lives, which was the only thing that was important to him. Jack had always enjoyed the fruits of his success: the wild parties, flooding compliments, the attention of powerful people, as well as the flocks of beautiful women. It was the perfect veil laid over his deep-rooted insecurities and an escape from his sorrows. Things took a turn for Jack during the golden age of Hollywood. The transition into sound was a great evolution in film history. Many actors found it difficult to adjust to the drastic change. Jack was one of them. He was not initially serious about it, but after continuous setbacks leading to loss of faith among his fans and reluctance on the producer's part in financing his projects, he changed his mind. Conrad had a positive attitude towards the future, but faced great difficulty blending in. Even though he was giving it his all to the masses, it was still not sufficient. Upon entering the cinema hall to assess how the viewers responded to his film screening, he discovers a painful truth.
It's you who gives me life. Catherine. I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you.
I love you.
You and I may be confused by the audience's reaction, but we have to understand the initial stage of change is unfamiliarity. This audience before the screening had never heard anyone speak in a film before, hence the reaction. To be fair, Jack himself was not so confident about the change.
I love you.
This event left a lasting impact on the actor as an unforgettable nightmare. Jack could have sat down and reasoned that his performance was not the cause for the film's blunder, but rather the introduction of its strangeness. To a modern actor who is socially and mentally aware, this would not pose as a significant failure, but rather a challenging hurdle. However, this unfortunately was a different time. Jack was so used to being respected, he could not bear being misunderstood. Other actors adjusted while the others, like Jack, accepted defeat, realizing their time had come to an end. Jack's fame was the only thing disguising his depressing life, and when the veil fell off, it forced him to marry an unfortunate truth.